So it has been 1 week and India after losing the final to Australia. Today we are going to do the analysis of what went wrong. Obviously a lot had to go wrong for India to be defeated by Australia because India was clearly the better side, had the home advantage, had the crowd support, so everything was in India's favor. And I think one of the reasons that there are a couple of things that we have to look what goes on in the mind of a player while he's playing and the tactical mistakes that India made throughout the match. So a lot had to go wrong. So we'll analyze one by one. Firstly, we will see what Australia did right. First of all, they won the toss and they decided to field first. So there was a discussion going on whether the team winning the toss should bat first or ball first. Clearly we know now like what they should have done, and they did take the right call. And they also mentioned that the pitch being a black soil pitch, it holds on in the first innings, so it is much slower in the first innings, and as the match progresses and dew comes on, it becomes much easier to bat on in that pitch. So I think one more thing we need to discuss, whether the toss should be so important in such a crucial game, in such a big tournament, like the biggest tournament of cricket basically you can say. So that is one thing we need to discuss, that the league stages, how important they are. The team on the first rank should probably get a couple of opportunities in the eliminator like we have in IPL also now. So all those things we will discuss. Now coming to the mind space of Indian players, I think Rohit Sharma gave a very good start to India, which put India on the front foot in the first 10 overs. But as the wickets fell, India fell into the trap of Australia that they have to consolidate. So basically, Virat Kohli and KL Rahul, I think this had some relationship to do with their inning in the first match of the tournament, where Josh Hazelwood and Pat Cummins pampered a lot to Virat Kohli with short stuff. Even a catch was dropped on a short ball. So I think they were trying to play it around the ground. They wanted to be safe as it was the final. So I think there India got trapped into the like. Plans of Australia. I think they should have counterattacked a little bit earlier, even if that would have meant losing their wickets, because India had some batting after that also. Also, second tactical mistake that I think India made was that they should not have changed the batting order and the bowling order. I think Ricky Ponting said in the commentary that if you don't give Siraj the opening spell, you are literally eliminating Mohammad Siraj from the match. And Mohammad Siraj, as we know, is the leading wicket taker coming into the World Cup from last 2 years. Specifically in the finals, he has taken, like in Asia final, he took 7 wickets. So that is not a small feat. I think he should have been we should have backed him and given him the opening spell. I think that was a tactical mistake from Rohit. Then after that, coming to uh, a more tactical mistake, I think India were a bit timid while batting and didn't take enough chances. Like we saw at the end, Mohammad Shami and Siraj hit couple of fours, but overall from over number 10 to over number 50, there were only 4 fours. If you play like that, you are surely not going to win the World Cup, that is for sure. But still, India managed to post a target of 240. Now you see, if the top 3 wickets that India took, they were not of good balls. Usually till now in the tournament, whenever India has struck, Mohammad Siraj and Bumrah have given a good opening spell and made some not allowed the batsman to get away with the scoring opportunities, and then Shami has come and built some pressure on the batsman. But here what happened, in the first 2 overs only 30 runs went away. Virat didn't couldn't judge on the first ball, there was a catch. So all these were small tactical and mistakes which should not happen in a final. So all these things contributed in the downfall of India. And once the dew came in, Indians just gave up their shoulders, and they were looking truly like they have already lost the match. In fact, still 100 runs were pending, and we saw in the semi-finals how South Africa fought big once they got the wicket of Travis Head. It was not so easy for the batsman coming in, but here what happened? The wicket, they didn't take any wickets, and In bowling of Kuldeep Yadav, Marnus Labuschagne nicked one, and there was no slip at the score of around 120-130. And later on at 150-160, when Jadeja was bowling, there was a nick of Travis Head, and again there was no slip. So I think if you have only 240 to defend, why not attack rather than defending? Because you are going to win the match only by taking wickets. So in a final game, such tactical mistakes, I am not sure why that happened, but I think Australia basically had the better mental strength on the given day. I still think that India was much better side, and even Australia knows that, because I saw the Australian players. They were like, we won this match. They were like showing, like once Mahendra Singh Dhoni said that after winning a match from Australia, do not celebrate to the Indian team. So that, because he said that because it was like a big deal winning from Australia at that time, like in 2007, 2008. But now you see that with India. So when Australia beat India in the finals, they were like so they were celebrating so much that they know that they got out of jail. It was not like they were the better team or something like that. They, on the day, they were better. Now coming to this point, like whether this is the correct thing to do, like in going forward in the World Cups, I think a better way would be like what we have in IPL, like we have playoffs. So I think at least a playoff should be there, or in the league stage we should have like two pools, and then there should be quarters, semis, and final, something like that, because some advantage of the league stage should go uh, to the eliminator, because on a day any team can be bad. And especially if the tournament has been like that, if Australia beat New Zealand, or New Zealand beat South Africa, or South Africa beat Australia, that is fine. But a team who has won all the 10 matches coming up to the 9 matches coming up to the finals, and they have the best run rate and everything, I think they should have some advantage going into the final. Also, the toss, I think, should be not the determining factor in such a big tournament. A fair pitch should be given, like we saw in the previous World Cup, 2019 World Cup. It was a good pitch, it was supporting the batting also, bowling also, and there were some forced error also. So that match was very close, like both the teams made 241, and I think the match got tied, and then it was decided by super over, that got tied, then it got by who hit the more boundaries. So that type of a pitch in a final is like better, rather than giving an advantage. We saw a couple of years back, Australia again won the 2021 T20 World Cup. I think that was also because of the dew, because in the second innings the dew came and they chased down the target very easily. So I don't think that should be one thing going forward, because so many people are invested, so many people are like into the game. They have invested so much time, including the players, staff, the commentators, the people who organize the match. Like it's a big festival. I think in Ahmedabad, the biggest stadium, I think more than 60 like 130,000 people have come to watch the match. So it shouldn't be that okay, whoever wins the toss, then why to play the match? Like you can just do the toss and give the trophy to one team, right? But still I think Australia definitely played well. And I also think it was a case like India for so long have been like in the second spot. Like whenever they come into a final, they are the not the favorites to win the World Cup. So first time they were the favorites to win the World Cup, and I think that also played in India's mind. Like they didn't know how to play when you are the favorites. Like India have always played a final when they are not the favorites, and they are pumped up and they are willing to give 100%. So this time that was done by Australia. So I think that also India missed. I think there was not that killer instinct that was there in 2011 World Cup. Yuvraj Singh was not well. Still he gave his 100%. He was diving around. Zahir Khan didn't give up ball first 3 overs maiden. So all these things contribute to a match. Like India gave 30 runs in the first 2 overs. So that itself is not very good. Like the best bowlers in the tournament are giving 30 runs. So you all only have 240 to defend, and so the other team is now like in 48 overs 210 runs. So all those things, I think, mentally and tactically India got wrong somewhere. Obviously skill level of Indian players cannot be doubted, and overall the World Cup was like awesome to watch. Indian team was like awesome and like played the best cricket. Especially the positives to take away from this one was the way Rohit Sharma played, and like he didn't only change the narrative, he actually won the hearts of people by playing the way. Like first time we ever saw the one player not caring about any statistics and just going for it. And at the end of the tournament, he was the second highest run scorer at a much better run rate than everybody else in who was near by to him, like Quinton de Kock and other players. Also, another positive was obviously Virat Kohli. He played well in the final also, but couldn't take that last step of taking the risk against the Travis Head, Mitchell Marsh, and Adam Zampa and putting the pressure back onto Australia. He just tried to get out of that situation by taking singles and not attacking. If you see all the legends like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Vivian Richards, and Adam Gilchrist, all these players, even Travis Head in the final, he took his time, but later on he attacked the Indian bowlers. So you have to take that risk if you want to win a big match. And the other positives is obviously India's bowling. Jasprit Bumrah is back and he was like just awesome. He also was unlucky. One catch got dropped and then one LBW was almost plumb, but umpire didn't give it. So Manas Labuschagne got it was a umpire's call, so he was saved by that. So Mohammad Shami, like he was just taking it, but Mohammad Shami should also realize that uh, giving bowling to Mohammad Shami was like he didn't open the bowling since he made his return, right? So now giving him the first ball was moving so much he was not able to control, and he gave five wides. So that is what I wanted to say, that India played throughout the tournament on role based, but in the final they didn't stick to their strategy of role based, and they gave the role of Mohammad Siraj to Mohammad Shami and the role of Surya Kumar Yadav to Ravindra Jadeja. So all these things they didn't need to do actually. So I don't know what happened, why they panicked before they even lost the match. So all those things shouldn't have happened. Anyways, it was a very good tournament and I think India played really well. We should be proud of Indian team, but it will take some time to sink in for all the fans and all the cricketers. So let's hope we go through this stage also and learn something from it and perform better next time. Okay, thank you.